Hello and welcome back to Planet Zoo. I hope you're doing well. I hope you can hear me over the peafowl screaming. They're being rather loud today. And I hope you're ready for another episode. Today we're going to move on after we managed to set up this little, peafowl inspired house theme park, whatever you want to call it, with an indoor area for our very loud peafowl. Yes, we know that you're here. Hello, darling. As well as the finished outer area. We're going to actually perhaps do a little more, terraforming. Very flat. I don't know. And I'm going to continue the paths and I'm going to plan for the next habitats. And I'm going to make a separate episode where I work on this bit of the area where we're going to make a small veterinary clinic sort of building that actually looks like a clinic and not just like a box. But yeah, for now, let's just continue with this zoo. Now, I do have to do some decoration work around here. So I'm gonna get started with that actually. And I'm going to instantly go and finish this path off first. Because if I don't, it's probably going to annoy me. So I'm going to do this little bit here, make it think that there's a park around it. And then we're going to remove the grid and go back to the full 10-meter path that we have over there. And I'm just going to... Right. Finger snap? 90 degrees? Fair enough. Okay, then we're just gonna work with a grid based off of that. Did it do this weird thing here? I suppose it didn't because we had the gate. Oh, we can work with that. Because for now I just want to have these two paths lined up a little bit so that we can turn this into like one big park area essentially. I'm gonna turn this on here. Now I'll have to go and count tiles. You're all going to hate me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is hopefully going to be symmetrical. I'm very, very bad with things that aren't symmetrical. There we go. What do you mean it's obstructed? This is perfect. Planet Zoo, sometimes I hate you. Most of the time I love you, but sometimes I hate you. Okay, we're gonna have to delete this path. And then we can actually just continue this path. There we go. Grid, and then can I... Right, go on straight. Yep, path. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta give it a nudge in the right direction. So we've got this small, like, basic building here. I almost feel like there's too much glass in this building. I mean, it is sort of a glass house, but I feel like I want it to be more of a building and less glass, if you know what I mean. Like, I want it to have a more solid roof. But that's probably because I'm going for, like, a classical approach, and this isn't what a castle would look like, which is what we'd have here. But that's okay. We can do a castle in a different area of the zoo and just have this sweet glass house here. So let's just get some plants in here. Europe. So as I already announced previously, I'm going to use a fair amount of cypress trees. Because I think that they work really, really well for this specific setting. Some people might hate me for using them. I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of them, like, in personal for, like, private stuff, but I think they make really, really good trees for these sort of things. Since you can easily make it look like they're sort of ornamental and just there to, look good. Which they are. These are literally just there to look good. So we'd have, like, these small hedges of trees, and here is what I was thinking, right? We could use both of these side pieces to do habitats, but at the same time, it's like, what animal habitat? Because we don't have any European animals that would really fit in here. Like, we literally do not have any European animals that would fit in here. We don't have a lot of European animals to begin with, and the ones that we do have, like, yeah, we could put wolves in here, or flamingos. Yeah, most of the animals are like gray seals, and yeah, it's just not gonna work out very well. Yes, I got it. You were very, very unhappy with me. Gotcha. So I'm just going to do like a regular garden all around this building. I'm not going to do the full garden now. Don't worry, I will be making another episode for that. Might squeeze that in with this build, we'll see. But I'm just going to give it a rough outline so that we sort of know what we're going for. Once again, I'll mostly be using these trees. I don't know if this is done in our country, in other countries, but in my country, this is how we do fancy. You know, if someone wants to look fancy, they put a bunch of cypress trees in front of their buildings. Don't ask me why, but that's how they do it. So that's how I'm going to do it. Let's see, so I gotta make this a path width apart, but that's okay, because I sort of want to fit 5 in here, which would make this just about a decent width. There we go. No, it doesn't. I have to make them a little... Whoopsie. They should be at like even distances. Come on, move over a little. So yeah, like I should at some point just look at a gardening simulator instead of Planet Zoo, I think. Oh yeah, concerning the other project that I've got going, I will be uploading episodes switching, so that's a very English sentence. You'll have one episode of this, and then the next day another episode of the other series, just so that, you know, people who are only interested in one will still have stuff to look at regularly. I won't be stopping this series for any of the others. There we go. Gonna do 5 of these on this side. And then 5 on the other side in roughly the same distance. Just to remind myself that I did want to do something here at some point. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it already looks a lot more like it's actually something happening here, if we have plans. And we're just going to turn this into like garden areas, I think. I might at some point just add more peafowl, like make this whole thing a peafowl habitat. But I feel like that would be overkill. So not today. Not today. But let's take a look at the animals that we have available. Once again, European, the selection is a little low. We have the timber wolf. Obviously none of these beautiful creatures. Nope. Reindeer. You can do reindeer. Reindeer, timber wolf. Polar bear. And where are they? Where are you? Gray seals. Yeah, okay. Like, and flamingos. So once again, we don't have a lot of animals to choose from, especially considering the fact that the gray seal is an aquatic animal. The polar bear is the polar bear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't been playing this game for long enough. So we're looking at reindeer, essentially, and at timber wolves for our European area, which makes me a little sad. I would love to have more animals in here, genuinely. Like, ideally we would have like a small habitat here with some animals, but we can't because there's really no way to do that, sadly. It does make me very, very sad because, like, why? Let me just make this a little longer and move the, yeah. Can I do like 45-degree angle? Ah, yes, perfect. Look, now we can do like these nice half circles that are going to turn out as perfect at half circles. Okay, that was one too early. And that's one too late. Are you telling me it's not going to work out no matter how I do it? No. Okay, then maybe if we start here. I assume it's because these aren't like exactly lined up, right? So like... See what I mean? They're not exactly lined up, so let's just get the 2 straight pieces at the same height. Yes, I'm doing this now. Yeah, see how they're never gonna be quite symmetrical? No, that's the issue here. Even if I do this by like 1... Nope, that should work. They're still not at even heights, are they? Okay. 3, there we go. It's close enough. So we have like 1 round-ish structure here for our first habitat. And I'm instantly going to go and align this. Oh no. It's not completely straight. Of course it's not completely straight. Can I like undo the grid and undo the path deleting and just get a straight... No? No? No. Okay, we don't do straight paths here apparently. That's fine. That's fine. Who needs a straight path, right? Well, I'm sort of going for like a... Yes, I'm going to do more pathing. Sorry. Actually, no. I'm gonna have to do this symmetrically. I don't want to. I don't want to do that right now. But I would like to do sort of another house here, since we are starting off with a lot of houses. So, like a house here and then a backyard piece here. Do we want to do a wolf house? Like a house for timber wolves? I feel like timber wolves and peacocks are just a very, very weird combination if you ask me. But we don't have a lot of animals to choose from, so like, I don't know what else to do here, honestly. What are you telling me I can't just get a straight path from this? Yeah, thank you. Just making this so that I'm not quite as unhappy about the pathing. No worries. Can you see how they're like just a millimeter away from properly lining up? And that is what hurts so much, because like they could be perfect, but they're not. They're just... Yeah, no. Aborts. Aborts. Maybe this path is just going to end here. Or it could curve inward. I'm not quite sure why it would do that. And then this path is going to continue. Yeah, no, that still looks terrible. What? Don't ever let me plan paths, please. Why would anyone ever let me do this? It's a terrible idea. It genuinely is a terrible idea, by the way. We're getting so much done this episode. Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. I know. I know. For now, let's just actually get the base perimeter set up. See, this would probably be big enough to house polar bears, just because of how big all of these big patches of land are. I mean, it's not like I'm exactly trying to make small habitats here, you know. We're going to encounter that problem in one of the tutorial scenarios. I'm not willing to encounter this problem right now. I make the habitats as big as I want them to be, and nothing and no one can stop me. Yep, I said it. Damn it. Come on, curve the way I want you to. Yes, there we go. I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Please just ignore this for the sake of my pathing. This episode is just going to be called I Hate Paths, and that's going to be the whole episode. Like, we're 14 minutes in and all I have is... Did you just... This. A big square that isn't even going to tell me how big it is without a habitat. How big are you? 8,000 square meters. People, this could house a polar bear. But now that I look at it, how do we feel about seals? No, generally, how do we feel about seals here? Because who says that the rich people don't have a lake? I know that I originally made a lake up there, but who says that the rich people don't have a lake right next to their weird glass house? I mean, thinking about it. Let's see. Now, obviously, we would have to do like some bits that are actually like not lake for the animals to live on. And obviously doing it like this will disable visitors from you know, seeing the animals swim, which may not be the best way to do this. So I don't know why I do it like this. But hey, this has still 4,000 square meters of land area. We could put wolves in here. We could put wolves in here. We could do a lake. Or do we want to do flamingos? Do we just do flamingos? Like, I know that I didn't want to do flamingos this early on, but yeah. No, I got it. I got it. This front area here. Okay, hear me out. I have a plan. This front area here is just where the people, like the rich people, right, who once owned this zoo 10,000 years ago, they brought the people here to make this look fancy. So they had a fancy garden here, and they have a fancy lake here. And the fancy lake, obviously, includes flamingos, because flamingos are fancy. So they had flamingos in there. And over here, they have their big garden. I'm gonna rework this building at some point. I don't like it. This big garden with their peafowl. And here they have their flamingos. And then over here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe a big, sort of like, green area for the wolves. Lower background, a lot of people in, I don't know how it's treated in other countries. In Europe, I know that Europe isn't a country, but you know, the area of Europe that I grew up in, a lot of rich people just had very, very large areas next to their homes actually fenced in for hunting grounds. I know, very, very good for the animals. Yes, perfect. But who says that we can't do something similar to that aspect? Like, oh, a rich person has their hunting grounds here, and they keep their reindeer here that they had imported from Norway because they're really, really pretentious and they wanted to have reindeer imported from Norway. And that's why there's reindeer here. Who says that we can't do that? Don't worry, I'm moving the door. I just wanted this to be here for now. Because I can always just go, take the door, remove it, get a door and place it like... Why you can't place a door here? Can you not place a door here? Game, you okay? You know, sometimes, there we go. Sometimes the game just does not like what I'm trying to do, so I have to force it into happiness. But that's not really... Let me just do a safety check here. Okay, looks good. So, we're gonna make this like a little... either flamingos or something like that. Maybe wolves here and then the reindeer over there. But the basic idea is gonna be that the rich person here still has too many rich animals. And this is essentially going to be our basic zoo, and then we're gonna build up from that. This is going to be a lot of landscaping, obviously, because I am going for this idea of a... Let me just... Wait, time. Sorry? This is gonna be bright, yeah. This is always so bright. But because of the basic theme I'm going for... Oh, we could do pygmy hippo. No, they wouldn't fit, but this would be really, really cool for pygmy hippos, because we all know the rich guys would want to show off their hippos. If you know who I'm talking about, then you know who I'm talking about. There was a certain person known for his hippos. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. No, but I'm gonna actually not go too far into the story here. This is just going to be a lake that has a fence around it, and there's going to be animals in it that are of the European biome. Sadly. Because I can't use any other biome, because this is European. Yeah. So that we will be doing in a different episode. That we will also be doing in a different episode where I'm playing with time sped up, because, you know, we all know that you don't want to sit around watching me spend like 3 hours placing flowers. I mean, it's what we always do, but it doesn't get better, you know? And you already have to do it when I'm building habitats. There's no reason to also do it when I'm not building habitats. So basically, we're going to have like 3 to 4 habitats here. I think I'm going to move the seals somewhere where I can build a house for them to go into, so that we can have a sort of viewing area. I do want it to be lower, obviously, but I do want to have a, like, Okay, I'm gonna try to explain it. We're going to have a lower floor, right? Oh no, this curves. This curves. I just realized that this curves. This curves. No. Why did I do this? Oh, I have to manually place fencing. Okay, anyways, where was I? Right, we're going to have like a 2-floor area for the seals, right? So like the upper floor is going to be a viewing platform above the lake so people can look down. And then on the lower floor, this is not a seal habitat, just saying, but for the seals. And then on the lower floor, people will be able to see the seals swim in the water. And that's how I would like to do most of the... Oh, this would be such a great place for otters. Why am I... That's how I'm going to do this. This would be a great place for otters or caimans or anything like that. But no, we don't have that many European animals. Why animals? Why did I start with Europe again? Can someone tell me why I started with Europe again? Why? Because I genuinely don't know it right now. I knew that I wouldn't have any animals to choose from. Maybe I just like torturing myself. Okay, here we go. Now again, somewhat attempt to do straight barriers again, I guess. Is this even a straight barrier? Probably not a straight barrier piece. I'm gonna have to grab a piece from here, copy it, flip it once, and then use that. There we go. Yeah, it's not straight, but it's gonna have to do. You know, maybe I'm not gonna do the whole like European area. Maybe this is just going to be a mixed zoo where we don't do... I don't know. What do you guys think? I know it's late in the video. I'm also going to put that in the comment section so that you can't ignore me. No. What do you guys think about like doing a habitat, like a zoo that's... Is this straight? Yeah, the paths just aren't straight. What do you guys think about doing like a zoo that's not determined? Like that's not like categorized by the thingy after all? By countries? Because I feel like it might feel a little more natural if I don't try to do it country by country, continent by continent. Because even though I think that it would like look cool, it might also look weird. So how about instead we go by climate zones? Climate zones? You know, biomes. Sort of similar, I guess. So like this would be temperate biome because let me just show you something. I don't know if Zoopedia can do this. Can you filter all animals that live in temperate? Yeah, no, of course you can't. Okay, but why would I think that it can? But the point is, if we say temperate, right? We can get... I'm gonna click through all of them. These are grasslands, so that would still be separate. Obviously, we couldn't have our wolves here, but that's fine because I don't want them here. But we could have animals like the pangolin in here. We could have some monkeys for some reason. Okay. These are really, really cute, actually. We could have... no, of course not. Gharials. And, like, we could have, like... where are the giant otters? No, but where are the other gharials? Because I really like those. I'm blind, I'm still blind. I think it was called a gharial too, right? Yeah, gharial. Do we only have one gharial? Surely we have 2 gharials. You know, the one that was introduced with the new pack. This episode is going to be longer because I'm just sitting around uselessly. Here, this one, the caiman. Sorry, the caiman. Because I think they look great. But also we could have hippos in here just for the joke. No, but yeah, please tell me what you think about the idea of doing it by climate zones instead. Biomes. Biomes, not climate zones. Because I think it would be quite cool, actually. Because we would still be able to keep the general theme and we would be able to carry it on through the plants and through the colors and all that. But we wouldn't have to worry as much about whether the animal is European or not. Because we all know that that's going to go wrong because European animals are just not a thing in this game yet. And I have to start curving, don't I? I don't want to. Mommy, I'm scared. Yeah, see, this is what happens when I try to do curves. I just don't. But yeah, I think that would look pretty cool, actually. Can I do like a minimal ankle snap? Yeah, thanks. Maybe I feel more comfortable like this. I'm never quite sure how I'm doing my angles because, like, when you have regular walls, obviously they can just curve, but if you use build pieces like me here, especially if they're 2-meter build pieces, especially if they're solid metal fencing like the one I'm using right now, the curving thing isn't all that easy. You can't just say like, oh yeah, like please curve by 12.6 degrees now. No, it's not gonna work. Also, I need to copy one of these to make sure that it's straight. Okay, it is straight. Sorry. Just important things to be done here. No, don't do that. Go back to like 15 degrees. Hello, can I manipulate you? Please. Thanks. Can I please manipulate you? And that, I think that might look better if we do it that way. It's just a, you know, a me thing, but me thinks. Sometimes I think I have a brain, then I realize that I don't, but you know, it's the thought that matters. Right. There's always going to be itsy bitsy parts like this if you do a habitat like this, I'm afraid. And we're going to have to rework this here in some areas. Shouldn't be too bad though. Once again, with null barriers, as long as they're outside of the habitat, it doesn't really matter. It gets tricky when they're obviously inside of the habitat. Fine, have your own panel. I don't really care. So yeah, that's an issue. This little thing here, probably not because we're gonna have plants and stuff on the side. So this would be our habitat for whatever animal we plan on putting into it. And yeah, I'm going to wait for your opinion on that. So if you think that we should keep going with only Europe in this part of the zoo, it's gonna be wolves, probably. And if you think that we can just make this a temperate area instead, then we're going to go with these cute little caimans, I think. Or maybe some other cute animal, I honestly don't know, they're all cute. But yeah, feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. And yep, I'll see you guys again soon, either for another building episode or for the design of this habitat, depending on how I feel on that day. I hope you liked the episode, and I hope I'll see you again soon, either in the next episode of my career mode, scenario mode, I don't know what it's called, I've been playing it 3 times, but I still don't know, episode 2, where I will continue the tutorials, or in the next episode of this game mode. So yeah, bye!